Hello and welcome back to Jody Lewis Creations. I am still working on the Christmas in July project. It is still Wednesday. I was kind of working away and then I thought I wanted to share with you something that I learned. So I have these two pieces of red vellum that I tried to emboss with this Doris, I think is the brand, embossing folder. I want to make a pocket for this page. As you guys know, I talked about that. And I ran it through twice and it tore, like, look at that, both times. So I was like, super frustrated. So I phoned a friend. I told you guys, phone a friend. If something's, giving you problems or giving you a struggle, reach out to somebody. Say, hey, how do I do this? What can I do? What am I doing wrong? I've embossed paper and stuff, and I have broken paper as well, and I always forget that water is your friend. So you can see this is a little warped, but that's okay. It's going to work out. It's got a few places where it's got a little damage, but I actually think it adds kind of a rustic appeal to the piece. I'm trying to figure out how I can use these because I don't want to waste them, but they are definitely torn. So I may actually just glue those to music paper, and then maybe it'll hold and still be able to use them for like cool journaling cards or something. I don't know. I'm going to set them aside though. So anyway, I did a smaller bit because I wanted to have a straight edge for the top here. And I've just got my metallic gilding polish. This is in, what's the color? Sorry. Silver Dream gilding polish. And I am just gently putting my finger in it and kind of tapping to get the excess, and hopefully you can see what I'm doing, and I'm just lightly rubbing my finger over. I'm trying to stay on the design, which, it really is easier said than done. You do get a little bit off, but it's okay. It just adds to the design element. I love this. It's really what I wanted to do. If this one didn't work, then I was going to stamp and emboss it because I really wanted to use the red vellum for a pocket. I actually forgot I had this, and I knew I wanted to do a vellum pocket, and I thought, well, how cool. So anyway, you can see what kind of, it just is giving it a really cool shimmer. It's really bringing these snowflakes and the design to life, and it's really neat. So what is going to happen, I think, and see, I've got, and I say I have fat fingers. It's just because I'm making a mess. I really don't have fat fingers. But I say that when I mistype things too, when I'm texting. So anyway, it's just an expression. It's not a literal term. But anyway, so I think what's going to happen is I'm going to let this gilding paste polish dry really well, and then I'm going to smush this pocket under a book because I need it to flatten out. And but I'm really ecstatic that it's kind of working, and like I said, thank God for my phone of friends because it's very helpful. And I just think it's really important in the creative process that you have somebody that you can reach out to and say, I'm struggling with this. Like, what am I doing wrong? What can I do differently? Help, how can I fix it? And, it's not even necessarily that you're doing something wrong. Maybe it's just you don't know that technique, or you're trying something new. And so, yeah. I guess I've made my point by saying, use your phone of friends. I know I've said this before. It's very important. And it's great to have a support system. So, for example, I'm still, I think I said in a previous video that I pulled out my February block from my Roxy's Journal of Stitchery because I hadn't finished it and I just needed something mindless the other day. And I was struggling with it, so I messaged a gal that I've been kind of communicating with, and not realizing she was in the UK, which was kind of cool. But anyway, she's been really supportive and helpful in giving me tips on my slow stitching. So it's good to have people that you can reach out to and say, hey, I need help. Can you help me? And most people are very gracious and very helpful. And if you happen to reach out to somebody who's not, then just make note and don't ask them again. I mean, I have not really experienced anybody saying, well, I'm not going to help you, you know? So anyway, use your resources, use your friends. Now, because I did that with my fingers, you know, I did get in a little bit. Now, I could maybe go over this. Ooh, let's try that. Let me get a brush and my gold, and maybe let's add a little gold to this too, because that could be really pretty. Oh, or here I go with the glacier paste again. No, we're gonna go over it with some gold. This is just a inexpensive little paintbrush, possibly Dollar Tree, I'm not sure. It's in a pack. So I just am barely dipping, well, trying to barely dip. There we go, just to get a little. And then let's just see, oh yeah. Just to add a little bit of differentiation and color. And see, even with the paintbrush, I got off of it. So, you know, it's up to you. Ooh, you know what I've heard people do? And I haven't tried it. Maybe we'll try it. I've heard you can put ink on your embossing pad and ink. This isn't stiff enough for what I'm trying to do. I have heard that you can put embossing powder on your, or not embossing powder, geez, ink on your embossing pads, and that will emboss your ink into your page. So maybe we'll try that. It's not really finishing what we're doing here, but we can try it. Now see, that's getting a little gold on there. I like it. I was thinking about just doing the gold swirls and then the snowflakes, just keeping them silver. But I didn't do that. Okay. You know what would be good is like a stenciling brush, because it would be small. And I have one somewhere, but I'm not sure where it is. I think it's in my embossing powder bin. But I just wanted to add a little bit of different color to that. And I like it. It's not perfect, but handmade items seldom are absolutely perfect. And I learned something the other day. Like when the Amish are doing their quilts, they always purposely put a mistake in it. So I'm not sure if that's really a mistake or what, but that way they're not perfect. But that's going to be really pretty for a pocket there. I like it. So hopefully you can see that. And I may do a second one just to see if I can get a better coating on that, but I kind of like it. Smudges and all, it's kind of fun. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you. And then let's test the theory. Okay, let me set this aside. Set that aside because it just came to me, and why not? So let's get a piece of paper here. All right, and I'm going to just mist it with a little water, just a little, and I'm going to, this is the raised side, so let's do some blue. I gotta make sure that's dry. I don't want to damage my ink pad. Okay, so, and then let's wipe it off the edges. Actually, a little around the edges might be kind of a cool effect, but let's not have too much. Okay, and then put this face down. Okay, bear with me. I'm going to disappear for a second. see what happens. Okay. Ooh, that's kind of neat. It's not perfect, but it's my first attempt, and I think that's kind of cool. So that pressed the ink into the design. So that's kind of interesting. So now, what can we do? I want to use this. I think it's really cool. We'll use this as like a journaling card or something. I'll have to wash that. Do we want to seal it maybe? I think we want to seal it. Let's do just a little bit of matte medium on it. And this is an experiment, so we don't know what's going to happen. It's a learning curve. And the Distress ink, of course, is water reactive, so it may move. It's going to move a little bit of what's on top there. Just a little bit. I don't need a lot more glue. Oh, how fun is that? Oh, that's a lot of fun. Okay. Interesting. So hopefully you can see that. I think that's going to be really dynamic. If we do that on a page without printing on it, should we try it again? Look at that. That is really cool. So I'm going to set that aside to dry. Ooh, I wonder if we can emboss parchment paper like that. Let's try it. Let's try it. Not really. You can see how precise I'm being with my cutting, right? But I like kind of the rustic pieces sometimes. So let's see if we do. See, that's where it goes inside. Oh. Hang on, I have an idea. I have no idea if this is going to work. I have my Tree Lot mica stain. So let's get our paper here. And let's go. I want to get it in those grooves. Right? And then always wipe your mica sprays. You know I tell you that all the time. But if you're new, you may not know that. And let's just go like that off there. I have no idea what I'm doing, obviously. And I'm going to just gently wipe that off. I know it's a lot of spray I'm wiping off there. Okay. Trying to get it off the bottom side there. And I've gently sprayed this with water, and I'm going to do my water side up, so my dry side is what is on the mica side. I hope that makes sense. So see, it's in the grooves. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay. Run it through. Hang on. Just running it through my big kick. And then this could be an epic fail. I don't know. We'll seeing it in real time here. Uh-oh, come out. Don't tear. Well, that's kind of neat. So we'll let that dry and see what happens. Interesting. That's too much ink to waste though. So let's get another piece of paper. I'll be back. I'm just going to do another one to use up this ink. Okay, so this was parchment paper and it's drying, and this is packaging that I sprayed. And this is just an old hairspray bottle that I've got water in, so it's a finer mist than my regular sprayer. Oh, is that cool? Oh, that really is cool. Let me dry it and see what happens. I think I'm in love, just saying. So the parchment paper is not my favorite, but I also didn't spray the ink of the parchment paper one with water like I did the packing paper, which I am completely in love with. Completely in love with this. By far, this is my favorite one. So this glue is drying, and I'm still going to use this because I think it's kind of neat. Yeah, it's really neat. It just needs to dry because I put the matte medium over it. This, I think, would have worked better had I have sprayed the ink itself when I did it. What is that? I don't know. Anyway, and so the ink is not moving like I thought it might by re-wetting it. So that's okay. It's a learning curve. It's a learning experiment. I think my preferred method for transferring the ink, though, was to spray it in those grooves, you know, wipe that off, and then spray it with water. But I absolutely love this. It is just shimmery and very tactile, and I love that. And I think that I'm going to back that with something and make that a journaling card because it's really, really cool, and honestly makes me want to see what other embossing folders I might have that could work for this Christmas journal, because I do need some things in pockets, and that is just really, really cool. Although I have got to get this journal done. I'm never going to get it done at this rate, but yes. So, new technique and playing around. I had heard, this is not my idea, I had heard that you could put the ink in it, but I had never tried it, and I am so glad I did. Now I have a Tree Lot mica stain in my bathroom sink that I have to go clean out. So, because I was trying to wash the thing. So when you go to wash it out, just take a scrap toothbrush or a brush or something so you can get in those grooves. So I'm going to go clean that really quickly so that it doesn't dry. It doesn't dry in my sink, but I wanted to come back and share this with you, and also tell you to just be really mindful where you are cleaning your embossing folder when you're done. Okay, so I have to say, I truly am in love with this. I am thrilled at how this turned out. I think it's beautiful. I love it. This will not be the last time I do this, that's for sure. So I just backed it with some more of the packing paper. And I just think it's perfect like that. It doesn't need anything else. It's a very fun piece. It was a really great squirrel moment, if I may say so myself. Has nothing to do with the page I was working on, but it's fun nonetheless. I have to go somewhere in a little bit, and I'm like a little green monster right now. So let's find a place to put it. How about maybe back here? That could be kind of fun, huh? Yeah, I like it. And it's just kind of a more of an aged piece. I don't want to really say grungy, but I really like it. I like it a lot. Nope, I like it back here. Now the parchment paper piece I don't love, so I probably, now that side's kind of cool. Actually, that side's way cooler than that side. I hadn't flipped it over, so I won't throw it away yet, but I was going to throw it away till I flipped it over. Okay, so now that we have spent a really long time on testing a technique, I have to get busy. So I'm just going to continue to work through here and see what we're going to put. Like under here, I put this really cool 1980 envelope. It doesn't have anything in it. It's never been used. It's pristine. The stamp is even uncanceled. So that's kind of cool. Oops, I want the blue showing. So that'll be a great place to tuck some secrets or some journaling, you know. So like I said, I'm just going to continue to go through. Let's see if we have another one of those cute Anna Griffin die cuts in here. Don't want to do another Santa. Oh, now that tree could be kind of cool. Don't really want it hanging off that side though. That might be a little bit too big. Most of these presents are kind of hanging to the side, so I don't know what I'll do on that page. I'll figure that out. I don't want to, like I said, do another Santa. And the stocking is really sweet. Okay, anyway, so we'll need to do something there, and I will. I just, you know, so I'll keep going, keep working on this. Have to do something with this page. Like I saw 3 ships. I have no idea what that means in relation to Christmas, but that's okay. And God rest you merry gentlemen, which I do love, but I feel like I don't want to do another napkin over this. So I just need to figure out how we're going to embellish this page. So I will just keep working and come back when I come to something to share with you guys for this video. Like I said, I do think this will be the last video in the series, except, I'm sorry if that was loud, that plastic crinkling. I think this will be the last Christmas in July video. I think what will happen is I'm going to get it finished. I really hope to get it finished today if I can. I do have some life stuff I have to take care of, but my husband knows I'm like, I've got to get this done. And so yeah, but like these pages are beautiful and they would be great for, you know, photo pages. You know, if you're memory keeping or journaling or something, you could put your memories there. So I think I will leave those. And so these pages need embellished, the music pages. So I already said that, and I need something on here. So let me kind of work through this, and then I will come back, like I said, to see what else I'm doing that I think that you could learn from. This is my 3rd attempt to restart this video. Today is the next day, and I worked on this quite a bit yesterday, just trying to finish up some pages and get things put in pockets. And I stuck, you know, little scraps and pages that still need work. So I'm really, my goal is to try to finish this, and I still have to choose trim for here. And I don't know what I'm going to choose yet, if I'm just going to choose fabric or if I'm going to choose trim. So like we need something to cover this page. And I don't really have a plan yet. I worked on this kind of till I couldn't even see straight yesterday trying to finish it. So yeah, and this video is already at like 22 minutes. So kind of what I'm going to do is, let's make a paper clip for this. I think I just saw a tutorial that Corey Dahman did, and I think it was a video I had started watching a long time ago and hadn't finished yet. So let's make one of those. We'll find a place to put it, and it's actually not what I need to be finishing pages, but there's no paper clip in this yet, so I do think that we need to make one. And that'll be something simple we can do for the remaining time on this video to try to keep it under the 30 minutes. And so yeah, let's do it. So I don't know, we don't have to have a big piece of paper, and that was a really cool feature. Let me get just a standard paper clip here. Well, of course I would pick one that's all, okay, paper clip, paper, and let's do this. So, a funny story. So I was on Marketplace this morning, just randomly. Actually, I saw somebody I knew had something listed, so I was like, oh, what's that? Which is always a rabbit hole. Anyway, and there's a lady who has one of these carts, this, like the, you know, the craft cart things, like the 2 that I already bought. So a craft cart and like a travel bag, craft bag, and for $40. And I was like, well, for just the cart itself, that's not that great of a deal. But for the added bag, it's a really good deal. And so I messaged her and, you know, I said, well, I don't want you to hold it for me because I'm not going to drive that far today to go get it. My back can't take it. I've had a lot of drive time. And, no, I didn't tell her that. I'm just telling you in conversation. So I said, you know, I have an appointment that direction next week on Tuesday. So if you still have it on Tuesday, I'm interested. But don't hold it. Like, I don't want her to hold it. So I said, you know, if somebody wants it, sell it. And, you know, because it's hard to tell from her pictures, like, what kind of quality it actually is. I mean, I don't know. It could be all beat up. So anyway, okay, let me think about this. Corey made this look so easy, and of course it's easy, but I'm just talking and not thinking about what I'm doing. So basically, she just kind of folded this in thirds, and for whatever width she wanted, and made a pocket out of it. So I think I want to have it about, she did about 1.5 inches, which I think is a nice width, but my thought was, I know, I haven't even told you what my thought is, and here I'm trying to make it. Oh, I still want to use those somehow. I wanted to decorate it with, oh, the bunnies will be cute. I keep going to blue. I don't know why I'm using so much blue in this journal. But anyway, so the gal was like, oh, I'll hold it. You know, I'm like, no, don't hold it. Like, if somebody wants it, sell it. Don't hold it for me. Because she was like, you promise you'll be here on Tuesday? And I'm like, no, don't hold it. And, but anyway, I mean, it's a really good price. And she was like, are you into crafting? And I'm like, yeah. But anyway, so I told her not to hold it. But it's so funny. I think that sometimes people don't actually, like, listen to what you're saying. I don't know. You know, because I don't want her to hold it because that's not fair to her. What if something changes or my appointment gets changed or something like that? I mean, that's not fair if she were to hold it and I'm not able to come and get it. I mean, that's not nice, right? So, okay, so Corey basically says you fold it over, and whichever way you want the tuck to be, that's what you have as your top piece. So I think I'm going to have the tuck to this side. So we'll be able to tuck a little tag in there like that. And then I don't have packing tape. Hang on. Okay, let me simplify this. The big part of the paper clip is going to be what goes on the page. A little bit of packing tape or glue to hold that down. Okay. And then she stitched on hers. I'm not going to stitch on mine because I don't want to run the risk of hitting that paper clip with my needle. This is pretty substantial music paper, so I think for just being a small tuck, it's okay. And I actually think that's a little bit long, so I'm going to just tear that off. And it's okay to me that it's kind of a wonky shape. I think that's kind of fun. So anyway, and she had fabric out the top of the paper clip too, but since I already taped that down, that's not going to happen. But we can embellish it somehow. It'll be fine. Okay, so I know we're going to go over 30 minutes. So basically, whatever length you want it, that's up to you. Whatever width you want it, that's up to you. It's really whatever is going to work on your page. I'm not even sure yet what page I'm going to put this on. We just don't have any paper clips in here, and I felt like we needed one. So yeah, anyway, so yeah, the marketplace deal. So I didn't commit to buying it. I just said, if you still have it, Tuesday. And she was like, well, I can meet you. She said like a couple times she could meet me, and I'm like, I'm not driving that direction today. Because that's, east of here. It's not even going toward Erie, which you guys know I'm always in Erie for something. And, so anyway, I don't think, oh, now that's just cute like that. hang on. Okay. I changed my mind. I pulled that off. Luckily, it wasn't dry yet. So that's how I embellished the top of the pocket. And so on the inside here, this one, I'm going to just glue this flap down. And if you're going to sew, then you don't have to glue the whole thing down. But I'm not going to sew. I'm not sure if I said that already or not. If I did, I apologize for repeating myself. And then this side, I'm just going to glue the top and bottom of the flap down to create a pocket. Okay, so just a little there, just a little here. And I'm doing the glue on the flap side, so that way I'm not gluing out where, you know, where the flap isn't going to be. Hopefully that makes sense. So if I just glue here, then I know exactly where I need it, where if I were to glue this side, I would have glue where I didn't want it. And then I'm going to let that dry, and then this will be a little pocket, and then we'll be able to put this on a page somewhere. So we are over 30 minutes now, and so I'm going to end this video here, and I think this is actually going to be the last one in the series. And then, so the next video will actually be the final flip through when everything is completed. So I'm really happy and excited that we're almost finished. Again, the support and encouragement from you all has just been phenomenal and amazing, and I appreciate it so much. The next video after the final flip through will be the design team project, and then I think we're gonna have a little bit of a cleanup day and see what's left on the table and what we can do with it. Oops, like something with this. And somehow there's green on here now, so that's kind of cool. I don't know what we'll do with it, but I do still love it. I'm really excited about it. Anyway, so yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Bye.